Yeah, what is good, everybody? What is good, my anime people? Holy crap, I'm dying, my anime people. Well, but we got a pretty fire episode of a certain index. We got our boys showing up in a nick of time. We got characters really showing that if everything comes down to the grind, everything comes down to end world, we got some people that can actually put up quite a decent fight, and including with an opening that they were given this week, they easily broke through some defenses that maybe weren't necessarily as easy to break through as people were assuming they were going to be. So as soon as we saw this one-sided fight really being turned in the favor of these, weak supposed just normal mortals, uh, it was pretty safe to say that we were about to see an upset within the episode, but I didn't think it would be so swiftly and mainly done by the people who, were getting just manhandled all last week. And to think that they just show up and they come in through with the clutch and hit actually, like get another chance at hitting a move that seemingly could have won the fight when I thought it was almost one-sided at a point. They actually had a move that was going to give them quite a lead, and because the guy had not only the power that, of the Saints and stuff that he's bragging about 24/11, he also put out the fact that he just, he was just broken. He was someone that's always been in battles. He's always been doing his thing. Uh, when it came to, he was a mercenary, then he was supposed to become a knight. Like he's just always been on the front lines, and in his eyes, those are both multiple roles that are disposable. That are, like they're nothing like a king. They're nothing like a queen, or even a princess or a prince. So they're nothing to be worried about, and that's pretty much how he kind of went into this fight as well. So it definitely shows in his way of going out by himself with no one, that he truly didn't see himself as a very uh, huge important piece, as into actually finish it all. So that should just go to show you like how powerful or how much confidence these guys still have within their plan still working. And if they still believe their plan is going to work, that just goes to show that they have something up their sleeve just waiting that we haven't even heard about. So really interested in that. I also just dropped JoJo, so to go from JoJo to this was actually like pretty hype. Like these were two very hype episodes that I honestly wasn't expecting to be as hype as they were, and I really appreciated it. Them going in on both episodes. So with uh with Toma really just holding it down at towards the end and saving everybody like usual, but I mean he did it in a way doper fashion than usual, so give him a little extra credit for that one. But with all that being said, this is probably a huge stepping stone for the show as a whole to just let somebody who, I mean, like Accelerator is pretty powerful. Like he's always been deemed as someone very strong and very dangerous, but like the church wasn't necessarily considered as dangerous as someone that's like Accelerator by himself, or you know, just people like that. So to have the church being up in that category of people that they need to watch out for, I can easily see them being attacked just as easy, if not, sooner than we expect, because they have done, this feat. Like just by becoming something, a little bit crazier than what people expect, it usually brings attention to you. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing here. We're seeing a lot of attention being brought to these people who might not even be knowingly uh, getting it, and now that it's happening, you can't really back away. And that's what I feel like this show is really good at doing. It's always pushing the envelope for certain characters and like certain situations to be dire, and then they keep it that way. They continuously push that dire situation. They continuously make it even more dire, and I think it wouldn't have been as dangerous or as dire or even as much of a, like a wow, you actually did this, if they actually let Bug Zapper come with him. And I understand she's like in love with them now. I think she understands her own feelings at this point, which is very dangerous for every other character that is against Toma now. But if she becomes any more powerful, which I imagine she kind of has to at this point, I kind of would like to see her uh, be at Accelerator's level, in the sense of just maybe the Accelerator that was rank 1, she should be like there. She should be able to beat him now. Um, I just don't understand their thought process of, not making her stronger if they go that route. Because she does have her own spin-off series coming with a new season. If you guys haven't already watched one part of it already, she has her own show, and she's pretty much the Toma of that show. Everybody's relying on her. Everybody goes to her for help and stuff like that. So imagine my surprise when you see her show up, and I'm like, oh my god, Bug Zapper, and imagine the breaker. This is gonna be hype, and then she's like told to just back off, like go home. This is my show. You already had 2 seasons, okay, buddy? Like I'm like, no, you're joking. Take her help. Use her as a crutch or something, man. Like, come on. Toma was in his big man this week's episode, and he didn't even have to do much. But imagine this. Well, not no no. I'm not trying to do that to be funny, but imagine how powerful of an attack that was. And I understand his ability cancels out, but not only is it's a powerful attack, but the speed at which it was being done at as well was super super fast. So it's really telling me that regardless of him just having the Imagine Breaker, his eyes, his senses, his like all of the things that you would need to be able to catch this move, regardless of you being able to cancel out the actual probably power behind it and stuff, the relative of speed that was still put into the force of the attack was still there, and the man held it there with one hand while still injured and hospital bound. So yeah, the show is getting pretty ridiculous, and I think it's for the best at this point, because if they continuously just show us that he has made no improvements in like other things other than just, being able to break abilities, he wouldn't be anything against Accelerator, who is getting his own spin-off series. You see where I'm going here? You got multiple characters getting their own series, and if he's the freaking weakest one out of all of them, and in multiple categories, that's not looking too good on the main series guy. So I think the author or just the creators of the show are know that fact, and this was a good showing of an injured man coming in and still putting in more work than the people who are not injured, or they all are injured, but they all were defeated while working as a team, and he pretty much fought by himself every single fight. So yeah, I love this show. I'm so glad my boy Nick got me in on it. If you guys see Nick down in the comments, make sure you say thank you to him always for a lot of these shows we'll be reviewing, because he is a G like that. I do have a bone to pick with him, but I'll save that for another video that I know he's going to enjoy. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back very soon. I am the Anime G, and thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you in the next one, and I can't wait to see what we get with a certain magical index. Actually, if everything happens the way I think it's gonna happen, there might be another video this today, so make sure you hit that sub button and you have your notification bell on, because if I drop something again, my anime people, you want to know instantly. So yeah, do that. All right, peace.